Please be seated. It is my pleasure to welcome you to East Tennessee State University for our commencement ceremony. We're gathered this afternoon to celebrate both an ending and a beginning, the culmination of years of work by the students who sit before us, and the promise for a better future because of their achievements. This ceremony also celebrates the efforts of family members and friends, as well as the university faculty and staff who've been a part of the lives of the students before us. I welcome all of you for this important occasion as we confer these degrees that are symbolic of academic and personal achievement. It is now my pleasure to present the President of East Tennessee State University, Dr. Brian Nolan, who will introduce our commencement speaker. Dr. Nolan.
Thank you, Dr. Bach, and good afternoon. One of Johnson City's most progressive and rapidly growing companies is NN Incorporated, a diversified industrial manufacturer who makes and supplies high-precision components for a variety of industries worldwide, including automotive, aerospace, electrical, and in medical markets. The global reach of NN Inc. is growing daily, and the company is one of our state's most impressive success stories. Graduates, today you have the opportunity to hear from the individual who is leading this corporation. In 2003, Richard Holder became NN's President and Chief Executive Officer. In a very short time, he has proven to be one of our most visionary community leaders in East Tennessee and a valuable partner to East Tennessee State University. Before joining NN, Mr. Holder held a variety of leadership positions at Eaton Corporation, a diversified global leader in power management and electrical systems. He joined the company in 2001 as Vice President of Supply Chain and Operational Excellence and worked in a number of roles before serving from 2010 to 2013 as the President of Eaton Electrical Components, a division of Eaton's electrical sector. Before joining Eaton, Mr. Holder was the Director of Aircraft and Technical Purchasing for U.S. Airways and held a variety of leadership positions at Allied Signal Corporation and Parker Hannifin Corporation. Mr. Holder is a U.S. Marine Corps veteran who holds a bachelor's degree in aviation management from Southern Illinois University and a master's degree in business from Webster University in Missouri. Please join me in welcoming the President and Chief Executive Officer of NN Incorporated, Mr. Richard Holder.
Thank you, Dr. Nolan, distinguished guests, parents, and most importantly, the graduating class of 2015 for the honor of being your commencement speaker. I must admit, I never thought I'd be invited to give such a speech. I felt this way largely because my path up the hill of success was much more of a zigzag than a straight line. I always felt that the folks chosen to give these speeches were fine, upstanding citizens who never made a mistake and had a perfect life. On the other hand, my life has been the perfect example of looking both ways and ensuring the road was clear, but as I attempted to cross the street, I somehow managed to get hit by an airplane. Fortunately, I was able to learn from my mistakes. In fact, my mistakes made me the well-rounded person and leader I've become. They forced me to appreciate the differences in the world, whether they be cultural, religious, or political. I've lived in 8 states and 6 countries. I've been broke, and I'm working on being rich. I've had my heart broken professionally and personally, and I've had the greatest love professionally and personally the world could offer. Because of this abnormal path on which I've struggled, I can see now myself in a place where I can maybe offer some advice that's hopefully relevant, substantive, and maybe even a little exciting. I'm sure you've all had your fair share of standard speeches and advice. Work hard and you'll be noticed. Keep your head down and you'll find your way to the top. Or on the other end of the spectrum, start your own business and be the next Zuckerberg. Or create the world's greatest app and lay back and let the money roll in. Well, I don't have any of those pearls of wisdom for you today. What I do have is a compilation of somewhat random leadership-driven thoughts and experiences from my own life that I offer to you today to use as you see fit. Before I get into my snippets, I want to address the whole notion of being cool and fitting in. When I was sitting where you are in my graduation robes not too long ago, everybody wanted to be cool. Everybody wanted to fit in, including me. But as time went along and I grew, my vision became clear, and I realized that being cool and fitting in is way overrated. I figured out that cool was just a filter that allowed my inhibitions to flourish and prevented me from doing what I really wanted to do. I was in fear of being judged by some populous, ultimately insignificant group of people with their own arbitrary set of rules. So why do I bring this up? Because I remember the pressure like it was yesterday. But I tell you, every time you allow the thought of being cool or fitting in to win, you cheat yourself out of living life to its fullest and living it on your own terms. With that, I'm hopeful that these snippets will empower you to lead life on your own terms, and best of all, achieve contentment on a daily basis. First and foremost, set your own high standards. My dad gave me one of the best pieces of advice I've ever had. Once after I'd completed some renovation work on my first home, I was telling my dad about it. It was on the phone. He wasn't there. I was just telling him the story. He told me, when you think you're finished with the job, step way back. Take a good look at the job. And if it looks like you did it, do it over. He was telling me that getting the job done wasn't enough. I need to strive for a level of accomplishment that was clearly professional, one that demonstrated fluid ease no matter how hard the job actually was. This can only be accomplished if we hold ourselves accountable to our own personal high standards. We're the only ones that know if we still have something left in the tank, if there's still more to give. Only we know the level of our push, and conversely, whether we're giving everything we have. So I tell you today, set your own personal high standards and hold yourself accountable to them. Second is introspection. Take the time to know yourself. Aristotle said, knowing yourself is the beginning of all wisdom. Your vision will become clear only when you can look into your own heart. Only when you can know, accept, and manage your own faults are you your own master. Introspection enables us to be free from the influence of negativity. It brings the ability to look within, see our true selves, and at that point, we can focus on our efforts towards self-improvement and activating our own inherent goodness. There's a theory that says if you met your own clone today, you wouldn't recognize it as you. What we see in the mirror and how others see us are very different. And the goal of introspection is to harmonize these two views and then decide what we're going to do about it. When we have the view, we can decide whether or not we want to curb the behaviors associated with our negative traits. And in so doing, the negative traits lose their hold on us and we find ourselves content with what and who we are. Next is feedback. Feedback's the most important personal and professional tool we have at our disposal. Giving and receiving feedback can be the most illuminating instrument in fixing our personal relationships, improving our performance at work, overall just becoming a superior leader. It serves as a guide to assist us in knowing how we are perceived. It calibrates our thoughts with those of the outside world. How many times have you thought everything in a relationship was just fine, or everything at a job was just fine, only to find out someone was dissatisfied? Once the issue surfaces, someone usually says, "Why didn't you tell me? I could have done something about it." But of course, usually it comes at a point when it's too late, or feelings are so far gone that we can't return. We don't have to agree with people's perceptions, but it's important to be aware of them. It's useful information and can influence our decisions and strategies. Don't be afraid to receive feedback or give feedback. Once accepted, feedback can be a motivating and energizing tool. Give praise often and freely. There isn't much to this particular topic. Simply put, don't be afraid to tell people that they did a good job and to compliment them and to phrase things in a positive way. We all need to hear these things. We all give and receive much more when we're praised rather than when we're torn down. How we phrase things with people can be the difference in complete success and complete failure. For example, I could say to you, I see you've been working very hard for some time to acquire the needed skills to be a good employee or a good husband or a good wife or a good boyfriend. Or I could ask this question in a different way. I could simply ask you, how long have you been stupid, and when are you going to stop? Fundamentally, it's the same statement, but I think you can agree it will garner two very different reactions and motivate folks in a very different way. So I tell you today, give praise often and freely. Develop political savvy. I think may very well be the most important part of what I have to say today. There are a few components to this. The first thing you have to do in becoming politically savvy is to realize the value of it and be clear why developing more of it is in your best interest. Good leaders commit to developing good political skills and understanding that they're necessary to getting good work done. So once you're committed to being politically savvy, what can you do about it? Become a student of politics and influence. Study leaders and pay attention to how they exercise politics. Be very careful to distinguish between those leaders who exercise political savvy versus those who overpower and intimidate folks into taking their views. Look for those who influence others in a way that you respect. Emulate the things they do and how they address people, how they speak, how they listen, how they get things done. Pick one or two of these things that you feel comfortable with and practice them. Adjust them to your own style and practice them. Network, network, network. Stretch outside of your normal circle and get to know different people, different types of people, all types of colors, shapes, sizes, nationalities. I'll tell you that the single greatest influence and experience within college was the exposure, for me, was the exposure to different types of people and how they see the world. Use this knowledge to connect with others and thereby open a real channel for real communication and influence. Focus on feelings. Like it or not, we're emotion-driven creatures. We feel first, and then we try to figure out why we feel a certain way, or simply rationalize our emotion-driven decisions. Of course, we always want to try to overcome our emotional patterns with information and data, but we have to understand that if we want to influence people, we have to speak to their emotions, and hopefully support that discussion with data. Good politicians know that you campaign in poetry, but you govern in prose. Effective campaigning for your ideas is a part of being an influencer. And this is done through the acknowledgement that you have to appeal to the emotions of others. Give some thought to how you want people to feel about themselves, rather than how you want people to feel about you, and tailor your message to drive that feeling. Do that, and you'll have influence. I guarantee you that being politically savvy is the only way to get things done. Understand the rules and how to navigate within them. Driving change from within is the only real way to sustain and solidify your influence. Be fiercely independent. Be fiercely independent, but know when to ask for help. There's no shame in asking for help. You can't go through life without the helping hands of others. And in the same vein, people need your help. Exhaust yourself helping people. My mentor told me a long time ago, it's not what you've done that governs your future. It's what people think you can do. We're all given chances based on what people think we can do. You know, Rich Holder can turn around the corporation, Dr. Nolan can take the university in a different direction, etc. Don't get caught up in getting the credit for your past accomplishments. They're gone. And they're only small hints of what you should be able to do if you're truly growing. For this reason, you must believe in yourself, especially when you're going against the grain. Don't subscribe to the cool or mob thinking. Don't do like others, and don't allow yourself to be programmed by your surroundings. Be disciplined, but live your life. Be disciplined, but every now and then do something spontaneous and irresponsible. Drive fast, spend irresponsibly, have a crazy weekend. If you work hard, you deserve to reward yourself. I have an uncle who's arguably one of the top magnetics engineers in the country, if not the world. He took great pride in working every Saturday and taking as little vacation as possible. At the end of his career, he had patents and accolades beyond belief, but that would last about 6 months into retirement. At that point, he realized he had no memories of the heart, no memories of crazy fun or passionate times, and worse, he was ill-equipped to make these good times going forward. I grieved for my uncle, but I feared for myself because most of my life I'd always tried to be just like him. Trust me, there's no honor found in never taking vacation. Work's only a part of life. Work to live, don't live to work. Make sure you have the right perspective. An old friend of mine said to me, you have to have a keen understanding of the difference between an inconvenience and a problem. And no truer words have ever been spoken. Realize how good you have it. Focus on the positive and build on it rather than tearing yourself down with negative. I recall many performance reviews over the years that I would sit down with my boss and he would tell me I did 9 things out of 10 in a fantastic way. I'd completely dismiss the 9 positives and obsess on the 1 area of improvement. I'm not telling you to ignore the area of improvement, but ensure you have the right perspective. Enjoy the positive and build on them. Use them to enhance the negative and combat the challenges. I firmly believe that when you don't appreciate what life has given you, life has a way of giving you perspective by removing those very things. So as we come to a close, I say, stay true to yourself and the things that matter. In my case, that's God, family, core, and country. Live your life with honor and integrity. There are a lot of financially successful people that can't look themselves in the mirror. And trust me when I tell you, if you get to the top the wrong way, you won't enjoy it in your heart, in your soul. Being financially successful isn't nearly as important as being internally happy. It isn't nearly as important as being content. At the end of the day, the only definition of success that matters is yours. With that, I say take the advice and use it to your liking. Drive fast, drive slow, look both ways, save, spend, whatever. But do it your own way. Be true to yourself, be honorable, be happy, and define your own success. Congratulations, class of 2015.
Bright morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising. Bright morning stars are rising. Days are breaking in my soul. Where stars are rising, bright morning stars are rising, bright morning stars are rising. Day is breaking in my soul.
On behalf of the more than 14,700 students and 2,300 faculty and staff who call ETSU home, it's my pleasure to bring greetings on behalf of the entire East Tennessee State University family and extend our congratulations to you, the members of the class of 2015. Today's about you. Today's a day that we as a family reflect upon your accomplishments and reflect upon the new directions that you will undertake at the close of today's ceremonies. Each of you entered this institution full of hopes, dreams, and aspirations, yet some degree of trepidation about the journey that awaited you. Today begins another journey as you move from this place of educational exploration and personal development and transition into the workforce or on to graduate school. Commencement is a time for renewal and reflection, a chance to look back at what has been, but a chance to also envision the future. It's a time of accomplishment and pride, and I can see that pride in the faces of our faculty as they look out upon you, individuals into whom they have poured their hearts and souls. Graduates, today is the most hallowed day of the academic year. It is a day in which I encourage you to take time and to acknowledge the faculty for the role that they have played in shaping your dreams and in your future. Take time when you receive your degree to read the text, paying attention to one particular phrase upon the recommendation of the faculty. You see, your degree is not a random collection of credit hours. It's not a mere reflection of some job-related skills. Your degree is the embodiment of the academic spirit. It's a covenant between you and the faculty as they formally declare that you have achieved the learning foundations expected of a college graduate. The faculty have opened your mind to new ideas and philosophies that will serve you as you become citizens of our social democracy. In the decades and years to come, you will realize that they have left marks on your consciousness that will never be forgotten. At every commencement, I remember a faculty member, a mentor, who helped shepherd me as I was undecided about my future, who opened his door and provided counsel to me that led me to a bachelor's, a master's, and ultimately a doctoral degree, a path that was shaped by a faculty member. So graduates, please join me and the audience as well in saluting our faculty who have helped to make today possible. As Martin Luther King noted, college should always be a conversation about how to improve society for the greater good. We're an institution that was founded in 1911 for a singular purpose, and that was to improve the quality of life for the people of Central Appalachia. Over the past 100 years, we have been dedicated to our mission of regional stewardship, dedicated to ensuring that in our research, in our service, in our outreach, we remain true to that mission, and that is a mission of improving the life for the people of our region. Many of our graduates are the first in their family to receive a college degree, a degree that will not only transform your life, but change the lives of generations of your family. I'd like to take a moment and ask that every member of the graduating class who is the first person in their family to graduate from college to please stand and be recognized for your accomplishments. The platform party this afternoon, is comprised of valued members of the university community. Deans of the various colleges will be introduced later and will join in greeting the graduates of their respective colleges. At this time, I would like to introduce and ask to stand and be recognized other members of the university administration and distinguished faculty who are joining us today. They are as follows: Dr. Wilsey Bishop, our University Chief Operating Officer and Vice President for Health Affairs. Dr. William R. Duncan, Vice Provost for Research and Sponsored Programs. Dr. David Collins, our Vice President for Finance and Administration. Dr. Joe Sherlin, Vice President for Student Affairs. Dr. Virginia Foley, President of our Faculty Senate. Ms. Cheryl Burnett, our University Registrar. And Dr. Patrick Brown, who carried the mace this morning. Dr. Brown received the Distinguished Faculty Award in Teaching for 2015. At this time, I would also like to recognize special guests who are seated at the front to my right and ask that they please stand to be recognized. Please join me in welcoming Mr. Ryan Baird, a political science and legal studies major from Rogersville, Tennessee, who's Vice President of our Student Government Association. He carried our Alumni Association banner this afternoon. Joining us today are family and friends of our commencement speaker. With us today is Crystal Battle, along with Nicholas and Christian. Thank you all for joining us. Also with us today are member of Regent Daryl Freeman's family. I would like to ask them to stand and be recognized at this time. Regent Freeman's nephew, Justin, is graduating in a few moments. In addition to these individuals, we are joined today by ETSU faculty and staff who've made this afternoon's commencement ceremony run so smoothly, and to each of you, I extend my sincere gratitude. We're honored to have on the platform party today Mr. Daryl Freeman, a member of the Tennessee Board of Regents. It is my pleasure at this time to call Mr. Freeman to the podium so that he can bring greetings from our governing body, the Tennessee Board of Regents. Regent Freeman.
Thank you, Dr. Nolan. And to the members of the class of 2015, it is my distinct pleasure to bring you greetings on the behalf of the Tennessee Board of Regents. This is a very special day for me as well, as it's my first time at ETSU. You have made one of the greatest investments you will ever make in your life. By earning a degree, you have invested in your future. You have invested in a better tomorrow for you, and in turn, a better tomorrow for the people who are important in your life. With the degree you will soon hold in your hands, doors of opportunity will open that otherwise would not have been possible. As you think back to the lessons you've learned at ETSU, your mind may immediately go back to the final exam that you took on Wednesday afternoon, or that massive end of the semester paper that you just posted in the Dropbox on Sunday night at 11:59 p.m. Or the master's thesis you just defended several weeks ago. But as the months and years pass, you will find yourself thinking more about the people you have met on this campus, the faculty, your advisors, your fellow students, who have influenced your lives and your careers in very profound ways. President Nolan often talks about ETSU being in the business of helping people to realize their dreams. How true those words are, especially today as we get to witness it firsthand. I also commend the parents, the grandparents, the spouses, and the friends who are here today. Each of you had a dream to see your loved one earn a degree and to reach this very special day. Thank you. Thank you for your sacrifices that you have made and the encouragement that you have gave that made this day possible for the folks who are sitting in front of me right now. Again, congratulations and best wishes.
A total of 1,336 degrees are being conferred today. Honors graduates are wearing medallions on special colored ribbons as indicated on pages 40 through 42 in the program. Those wearing white ribbons are graduating cum laude with grade point averages of 3.5 to 3.64. Those wearing yellow ribbons are graduating magna cum laude with grade point averages of 3.65 to 3.84. And those wearing blue ribbons are graduating summa cum laude with grade point averages of 3.85 to 4.0. We are extremely proud of our Reserve Officer Training Corps, ROTC program here at ETSU, and of our students' commitment to service and leadership excellence. Yesterday, we commissioned 2 seniors as second lieutenants in the United States Army, and these new officers will graduate today. Beyond their academic programs of study, these new lieutenants have pursued a very demanding program of leadership development and physical training that has prepared them now to lead our nation's sons and daughters as military officers. Crossing the stage in dress uniform this afternoon will be Jonathan Shackelford. Jacob McGee participated in this morning's ceremony. Mr. President, it is my privilege to report to you that the candidates here assembled have qualified in all respects for degrees by successfully completing curricula offered through the several colleges and schools of East Tennessee State University. They have been recommended to be awarded appropriate degrees in recognition of their academic accomplishments by all the faculties and by the following: Dr. Gordon Anderson, Dean of the College of Arts and Sciences; Dr. Dennis Depew, Dean of the College of Business and Technology; Dr. Rick Osborne, Dean of the School of Continuing Studies and Academic Outreach; Dr. Terrence Hicks, Dean of the Claudius G. Clemmer College of Education; Dr. Judith Schlegel, Dean of the Honors College; Dr. Wendy Naring, Dean of the College of Nursing; Dr. Randy Wyckoff, Dean of the College of Public Health; Dr. Don Samples, Dean of the College of Clinical and Rehabilitative Health Sciences; Dr. Cecilia McIntosh, Dean of the School of Graduate Studies; Dr. Larry Calhoun, Dean of the Bill Gatton College of Pharmacy; Dr. Robert Means, Dean of the James H. Quillen College of Medicine; Ms. Patricia Van Zant, Dean of the University Libraries. Would candidates for doctoral degrees please rise for the conferring of the degrees? The Doctor of Philosophy graduates will be hooded today by the chairs of their dissertation committees. The Doctor of Physical Therapy graduates were hooded last evening. President Nolan, the candidates now standing and some absent with permission have completed all requirements for these doctoral degrees. On behalf of the faculty, I recommend you confer the appropriate degree.
By the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I now confer upon each of you the doctorate degree to which you are entitled, with all of the rights, privileges, amenities, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. If you would please come forward as your name is called, Dr. McIntosh would be honored to present you with your diploma.
Eugene S. Bernard, hooded by Dr. Masoud Ghaffari. Sheila Hurley, hooded by Dr. Masoud Ghaffari. Penelope Neal, hooded by Dr. Masoud Ghaffari. Nancy Champion Labine, hooded by Dr. Wendy Naring. The Doctor of Physical Therapy, Edilberto Barrera III. Michelle Lauren Branch. Zachary Breedlove. Ariane Lee Casper. Lindsay Marie Cox. Caroline Elizabeth Crenshaw. Emily Beth Eaton. Joshua Rufus George. Gregory Allen Glover. Brittany Hall Lay. Isaac William Halliday. Jennifer Nicole Hammett. Megan Brooke Helton. Michael Timoth Hensley. Alan Kane Heyer. Kristen Guillory Hodges. Jessica Lee Herr. Brandon L. Hostetler. Kristen Danielle Kirk. Jessica Nicole Lee. Yui Matsumoto. Ryan Andrew McKinney. Mark Page Miller. Alexandra Lynette Minter. Whitney Marie Mole. Jacob Webb Odell. Katie Scarlett Paredes. Caleb Preston Pearson. Whitney Lane Riffle. Ryan Clint Salyer. Chelsea Grace Setzer. Jason Lee Trivet. Ashley Thomas Williams. Daniel Austin Williams.
Would candidates for the master's degrees please rise for the conferring of degrees? President Nolan, the candidates now standing and some absent with permission have completed all requirements for the master's degree in the School of Graduate Studies. On behalf of the graduate faculty of the university, I recommend you confer the appropriate degree.
By the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I now confer upon each of you the master's degree to which you are entitled, with all of the rights, privileges, amenities, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. If you would please come forward as your name is called, Dr. McIntosh would be honored to present you with your diploma.
Brad Velmer Bailey. Rhonda Green. Justin Robert Brinkley. Alexander Ryan Carver. John Robert Dillow. Jeremy Edwards. Daniel Lee Folden. Robert Scott Forney, Jr. Ryan Halverson. James Aaron Steffen. Brittany Tara Summey. Alexandra Jewel Weaver. Lindsay Janet Brundrit. Victor Kimmel. Jeffrey James Lengel. Arthur James Moore. James Arthur Ross, Jr. Thomas Scott Sawyer. Zhang Xu. Marla C. Heyman. Sulab Bista. Stephen E. Black. Rebecca Marion Brady. Dale Giblin. Casey Potts. Denise Anya Schwers. Jennifer Nicole Burrell. Robin S. Garner. Carmen Lynn Kingsley. Christina Gale Lee. Trina James Morgan. Andrea Suzanne Anglin. Shannon Renee Bodiford. Haley Collins. Haley Nicole Craddock. Megan Nicole Curry. Dina Jane Duffield. Sarah Elizabeth Ford. Jane Deanne Fortenberry. Megan Royal Frank. Heather Danielle Greer, Sherry B. Hall, Emily Bell Hamilton, Brittany Lee Hamlin, Clara Renee DeVault Hubbs, Michelle B. Long, Kristen Nicole Odom Looney, Sherika Malden, Kaylee Nicole Mounts, Kimberly E. Patterson, Kimberly Grace Presley, John Franklin Samples, Michelle Lee Sampson, Emily Brooke Scott, Kara Elise Stout, Adrian Thacker, Jenna Trent,
Would candidates for baccalaureate degrees please rise for the conferring of degrees? President Nolan, the candidates now standing and some absent with permission have completed all requirements for baccalaureate degrees. On behalf of the faculty, I recommend you confer the appropriate degree.
By the authority vested in me by the Tennessee Board of Regents, and upon the recommendation of your faculty, I now confer upon each of you the baccalaureate degree to which you are entitled, with all of the rights, privileges, amenities, and responsibilities thereto appertaining. If you would please come forward as your name is called, the dean of your respective college would be honored to present you with your diploma.
the College of Business and Technology, Jihad Abdullah Al-Faleh, Patrick Shane Allred, Mohammed Saad Al-Katani, Sultan Ahmed J. Al-Ruwaili, Saeed Mansour Al-Safar, Kyle Christopher Anderson, Nathaniel David Aquadro, Jason Dale Arnold, Kaylee L. Asbury, Justin Anthony Austin, Matthew John Babel, Danielle Alexandria Ball, Dallin August Bastian, Nicholas Jr. Bates, Benjamin John Shemaiah Bishop, Matthew Blaine Bolton Jr., Melinda Brooke Bowman, Zachary John Tyler Brewer, Erica Angelica Ann Breest. Annie Baylor Bronez. Logan Timothy Brooks. Ryan Christopher Brown. Alondra Denise Buchanan. Herschel P. Burden IV. Farah Carter. Osiris A. Cedeno. James Alexander Sentner. Ronald Scott Chamberlain. Thomas Ray Christian. Kimberly S. Coffey. Emily Rebecca Colvin. Christopher Garrett Cope. Tony Ryan Cox. Shadow Ray Davis. Parker Lance Denton. Timothy Andrew Dixon. Samantha Bailey Dagnan. Austin H. Duncan. Garrett Austin Ellis. Brianna Lee Ensley. Brent Nelson Eschbach. Jonathan Taylor Evans. Thomas Michael Ferraro. Andrew Jeffrey Forrester. Aaron Mitchell Frank. Nathan Allen Googe. Wesley P. Graham. Adam Lee Gregg. Andrew James Grasunas. Caleb Grindstaff. Philip Guest. Elizabeth Lee Hammer. Brandon R. Hammis. Joshua Tyler Harmon. Bradley Michael Harris. Victoria Harrison. Christopher Hartsock. Anthony Richard Hatcher. Hannah Gwen Hayes. Katie Alicia Hensley. Travis Wayne Hill. Kirsty Lynn Hubbard. John Beatty Huff III. Benjamin Craig Hunt. Hanny Azam Eyebrake. Morgan Ray Ingold. Brandon Tyler Johnson. Damian M. Johnson. Drew Lynn Johnson. Zachariah Ahmad Kashif. Travis Kerstetter. Emily E. Clemmer. Tyrone E. LaRue. Garrett Lawson. Timothy David Lester. Yiping Ma. Pei Zhao Lu. Shelley Hyder Martin. Caitlin Patricia McBride. Andrea Marie McCann. Robert Alexander McDonald. Christopher McGee. Joseph James McKinley. Brian Henry McNeese. Alora Kylene McNutt. Jacob Marouk. Jessica Lauren Metcalf. Perry S. Miller. Luke D. Montgomery. Aaron Joel Moore. Sarah Wallen Mowell. Scott Murray. Isaac Brown Myers. Jordan David Teddy Oliver. Kane Alexis Osborne. Alish Patel. Ishan Patel. Jaydeep Patel. Benjamin Aaron Penton. Julia Marie Perry. Whitney Cheyenne Phillips. Paul Rylan Pratt. Catherine A. Prendergast. Brittany D. Reagan. Krista Michelle Richardson. Cody Wayne Reiner. Ryan Randall Roberts. Ethan Curtis Pritchard. Adam Tyler Sage. Dylan T. Sane. Nathan Wilson Seaton. Scotty Aaron Sensabaugh. Jonathan Reese Shackelford. Taylor Jack Sheeran. Thomas Brent Drew Shingleton. Cody Shipley. Tiffany Faye Shown. Casey F. Smith. Levi Joseph Smith. Sarah M. Smith. Tanner J. Smith. Jonathan Luke Snyder. Zachary Allen Spangler. Diamond Stevens. Alyssa Danielle Stiles. Victoria Lee Swecker. Garrick Lynn Taylor. Michelle Montano Taylor. Blake Charles Thompson. Caleb Patrick Trent. Renee Nicole Walden. Jordan Warhurst. Skylar Skeen Warwick. Joshua Tyler West, Michael Shane Whaley, Jordan Kennedy Wheelock, Tim Woods, Andrew Jonathan Wyatt, Joshua Steve Wyatt, Nicholas Mark Zananti, the College of Nursing, Eric Ifasabor Aquillo, Bethany Ruth Allen, Mariah Elizabeth Arnold, Ashley Danielle Barnett, Mary Margaret Molly Becker, Laura K. Berry, Leah Marie Blackledge, Brandy Allison Blackwell, Rosemary Boachi Ajiman, Megan Lynn Boatman, Katara Bolander, Elizabeth A. Bourne, Mary Grace M. Boyd, Allison M. Brazil, Emily Barrington Burton, Jessica Ray Callahan, Austin Ryan Chitwood, Scott Michael Clapp, Hannah Ruth Coleman, Courtney Marie Colvin, Caitlin Blair Dalton, Ashley Dawn DeFord, Tasha Nicole Devereaux, Samantha K. Dick, Casey Nicole Dixon, Jessica Ashley Marie Spoons, Sterling Marie Elliott, Tyler Scott Elmendorf, James Tutu Fisk, Sierra Alexis Galloway, Mitchell Brown Gardner, Micah B. Gentry, Brianna Page Goins, Joshua Douglas Gossett, Chelsea Shea Gregg, Jessica Nicole Grizzle, Summer Lynn Grooms, Hannah Meredith Gump, Madison Laura Hart, Lydia Beth Hayes, Sarah Yvonne Holder, April D. Hooker, Jessica P. Jones, Angela T. Johnston, Jennifer B. Curley, Brooke Reagan Kessler, Brianna Michelle Knobloch, Emily Lord Lamb, Aaron Forrester Large, Michael Patrick Leahy, Lauren Elizabeth Light, Stephanie F. Lint, Shannon M. Logel, Kevin E. Lose, Amanda Elizabeth Laughlin, Ashton Nicole Lovelace, Alexandra Jean Lozowski, Catherine Massa, Charles Christopher McKittrick, Omezi A. Molokwu, Caitlin Michelle Mullins, Jamie Sarah Mullins, Kevin P. Nickens, Kaylee Michelle Ottinger, Lindsay Brooke Owen, Lauren A. Panel, Sana Amina Lee Pathan, Mariah Renee Piotrowski, Antibe Poliwe, Morgan Carol Price, Caitlin Darrell Ryden, Filipina Savalos Schnabel, Rachel Gabriella Shockey, Kristen Nicole Singleton, Haley Danielle Sisk, Adam Smith, Kayla Darrell Smith, Cameron Lee Spicer, Kimberly K. Tabor, Caroline Carson Tamanis, Rachel K. Trammell, Jennifer Nicole Davies Turner, Amanda Noreen Vendetti, Cameron T. Watson, Laura E. Whitson, Tracy Lynn Wilson, Sarah Elizabeth Witkowski, the College of Clinical and Rehabilitative Health Sciences, Abra Underwood Brooks, Chanda Denise Davenport, Andrea Foster Hodges, Amanda Page Maggart, Roy Wayne McCoy II, Sherry Hughes McKinney, Elsie Mansornat Nieplu, Ashley Brooke Rochester, Caitlin Allen Whitson, the School of Continuing Studies and Academic Outreach, Elizabeth Ann Arrington, Kathy Mae Stone Barnaby, Christopher Gerald Barry. Kimberly K. Boer. Talmadge Delano Bridges. Paul Anthony Cast, Jr. Amanda Lynn Kofer. Melanie Brooke Cordell. Jessica Couch. Vicki Gwynn Culbertson. Robert Brett Dial. Aisha Tawayela Dillon. Kelsey Diana Dubose. Jacob Porter. Haley Harrell. Brittany Nicole Hensley. Alexander Frederick Holloman. Ulysses Rautani Houston I. Nathaniel Clay Gross. Alex William Hurd. Janet Marie Jansen. Brianna Elizabeth Moore Leonard. Whitney Nicole Mead. Natalia Shanti Munjal. Amanda Lee Norris. Natasha Rachel Paul. Billy Corwin Pearson. Jenny L. Poole. Jorge L. Rivera Rodriguez. Elizabeth Joanne Ruggiero Sparks. Jonathan Schill. Kalina Marie Scott. Monique Laura Short Silva. Sarah E. Smith. Tracy Lynn Spurlock. Faith Austin Vaughn. Luke Andrew Willis. Ashley Wilson.
Graduates, at the suggestion of recent alum, Ms. Nicole Pierce, and as a symbol of completion, please move your tassel from the right to the left-hand side. And audience, please join me in paying tribute to the class of 2015. I would like to thank Dr. Potterton, Dr. Zembauer, Mr. McMorrin, the ETSU Choir, and the ETSU Wind Ensemble for the wonderful sounds and music that have filled our halls this afternoon. I'd like to thank Mr. Fred Saussman, Senior Writer and Associate Professor of Appalachian Studies, for so flawlessly announcing each of our graduates' names. I would also like to thank our interpreters from Disability Services for their invaluable assistance this afternoon, as well as to the Office of the Registrar for facilitating this event. I'd like to thank Sean Morris and Tisha Hairston for the wonderful stage decorations, and finally ETSU Online, who has provided live streaming for this afternoon's ceremonies. Graduates, today's commencement is significant for myself and for my family. Many of you were freshmen when I first arrived at ETSU in 2012. In fact, a couple of you were on my first intramural basketball team in that spring. It has been my honor to watch you grow and prosper during that time period, and I look forward to watching your continued evolution in the years to come. But graduates, today is just one more step on a journey. And along that journey, I'd like to leave you with a challenge. Remember how today feels? It's pretty simple. Remember how today feels. Remember how it feels to realize a dream. Remember how it feels when your parents look you in the eye and say, "Congratulations, we're proud of you." Take that feeling and pass it along. Reach out to a neighbor, a friend, someone you work with, a member of the community who's undecided about their future, and tell them the power of education. Encourage them to attend post-secondary education. That simple gift, that simple act will transform their lives and enrich yours as well. It will allow you to be a part of the mission of this institution, a mission of regional stewardship and improving the lives for the people of East Tennessee. Graduates, in closing, may today be for you the beginning of a new journey, a great adventure, and a life well lived with purpose. May you always remember how today feels. May you always celebrate these memories throughout your lifetime. On behalf of everyone at East Tennessee State University, I wish you happy holidays, great success, Godspeed, and go Bucks!
ladies and gentlemen, we present the East Tennessee State University class of 2015.